Good Friday morning, Northern Michigan. We are launching a brand new segment here on TV7 and 4 News. It is called Tech Matters with Tim Gillen with Terrapin Networks, and we are talking about all of your tech gadget questions. Tim, first of all, welcome and thank you for doing this.
Sure, glad to be here.
Great topic today. I think everyone can relate to this, and I think it pertains to everyone out there who has a smartphone and you're looking at buying a new one.
Right.
There's a lot more that goes into it than you think, especially with information that's on that phone.
Yeah, and new phones come out, they have great deals on them, trade in your old phone. We'll clean it off for you, but you want to think about that because the thing that makes a smartphone so powerful is that we use it for everything now. Different than a flip phone where we just use for making a telephone call. Now we send emails, receive emails, send text messages back and forth, maybe private posts between Facebook, that kind of thing.
Right.
That are private because we've got a lot of stuff we might want to keep private. You might do your banking on it. Any number of things. Use it for a GPS, every place you've been going. You've been putting in routes. And so it kind of can be a real track to your life. That's one of the powerful things about a smartphone. But when you just hand it over, it's actually all sitting in there. And there's ways that you can get that data off there to protect yourself that's actually pretty simple. That's what we'd like to talk about.
And now when you do take it, say, to I guess a store like Verizon or AT&T, do you or should you ask them to remove this?
Well, I would ask them to, although I'd be more inclined to want to do it myself because I'm kind of counting on them to do it. And if they have a tech who's not really as savvy to it, a lot of folks think I have nothing to really hide, but actually you think you've got a lot to hide. And it doesn't go away, and there's real easy ways for you. Both the Apple, we'll talk about Apple and Android phones mostly. Those are the smartphones most of us use these days. And both of those have the operating system in an Apple, iOS, and the operating system in an Android phone have a pretty simple way of getting that data off the phone.
Okay.
And there's a couple, both of them you want to go to settings. Now an iPhone has all the data that's on the iPhone is actually encrypted. What that's called is encrypted. Okay. And what that means is it's all right there for you to use, but all you have to do with an Apple iPhone, especially one from the 2009 vintage or so most anything you're going to probably still be using, as there's a setting in settings under general that's called factory reset, or I believe that's the phrase, and that basically erases this encryption key, which now all your data is gone. It's terrific. But you want to definitely do it yourself. Do it right there in the store before you hand the phone over.
Before you give it to
Before you hand it right over to anybody. Yep. Or do it before you walk in the door if you know you're going to do it then. Or if you do it, if you buy one online, it shows up in the before you, and you still have it at home. If you're going to even sell it to a friend or sell it to someone off of Craigslist, you absolutely want to do that. Android has the same thing. You go into settings and factory reset. And you will just run down to it. It's actually under backup and reset, and one of your options there is factory data reset. Just click, click, click with your finger, scroll up to it, push it. Do you want to? Yep, and it takes about 30 seconds and it's all gone. Does a great job of that. There's also some apps that you can buy, both in Apple and in Android, that will do this for you.
Oh, nice.
That are 99 cents and put them on there. Now keep in mind, once you push that button, it's gone.
It's all gone.
It's
you
done.
Can't get it back.
You're not going to get it back. That's the whole point of it. We're not going to get it back.
Sure.
Two other things to keep in mind also, that there's the SIM chip. Most of our phones these days have a SIM chip, S-I-M. That's that little thing that plugs in and actually has your phone number and whatnot on it. Now the important thing about that, you want to take that out yourself and keep it.
Okay.
The new people don't need it. It's stuck to you and your phone, but that has all your call logs in it. Everybody you've called. Okay, so you want to...
Stuff that I don't think I didn't know about.
Even think about. So you take that out and keep that yourself. And if you have some flavors of Android phone, Apple's don't have this, but some flavors of Android phone also, you might have an SD chip, which is a little memory chip card, using that word interchangeably. You might be saving your photos to the SD card. Just take that SD card out. Never include that. I wouldn't even format it necessarily. Just take it out and keep that yourself. You don't need to transfer that with a phone. There's no real value to that.
Very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Tim, I wish we had more time. They're telling me to wrap in my ear.
Alrighty.
But I just want to say Tim Gillen again with Terrapin Networks. He is going to join us every other Friday. We're going to talk more about these questions, which I think are very, very useful, especially when it comes to those tech gadgets. Thank you so much again, Tim. We appreciate it.